I've been looking at the dictionaries, and something didn't quite seem right. So I'm making this extra tutorial about the dictionaries and more or less the global data. The interesting thing about the dictionaries, as I mentioned before, is that they're referenced, not copied. But I figured that this would have problems if, for example, you had a script or a function that created a dictionary and then returned it to be added to a nested dictionary, like having an inventory of characters or party members, because dictionaries are great for structured data. I did check around and noticed a few extra things about the dictionaries. First of all, I'm going to go over this again. Let's say you have 3 dictionaries, dictionary A, B, and C. If you have dictionary A and you build it as a dictionary, and you say dictionary B equals dictionary A, and dictionary C equals dictionary A, anything you do to any of those 3 dictionaries will happen to the other 3 dictionaries. But this only goes as far as the individual key value pairs, which means that as long as you say dictionary A health equals a certain value, that'll change the health value in all 3 of those dictionaries. And if you go through and say dictionary B has a new key, power, with a value of 45, it'll add that to the other dictionaries. Ooh, wait. Let's do that. This gives you a distraction-free mode. Of course, it gets rid of the output. You can't really zoom into the output. But here's the interesting thing. Okay, you've got those 3 dictionaries, A, B, and C C equals A, and A has been built by you. However, if you say dictionary A equals an empty dictionary, or equals null, then dictionary A will equal null or an empty dictionary, but dictionary B and C will still have their values. They won't be empty. Which means that, well, they'll still share the same data. If you do something to dictionary C, it'll happen to dictionary B. If you do something to dictionary B, it'll happen to dictionary C, because they point to the same memory address. But dictionary A is now a brand new dictionary, or a null value. I'm pretty sure as long as you make it equal any other variable type, it'll be disconnected from that memory address. And as long as a memory address has connections, it stays in memory. Which is actually good, because since dictionaries are so big and have such complex data, you'd want to have it to where they all pointed. Well, you would want it so that when you had a dictionary A and assigned it to other dictionaries, then you'd want them to point to that data rather than copy it, because if they copied it, that could wind up being a memory leak. But this means that you can have, for example, a function. And here's an annoying thing. within a function, if you create a dictionary and either assign it to other two dictionaries, or I believe even if you return that dictionary and assign it to a new dictionary, that new dictionary will still be pointing to that previous dictionary. So you can assign that temporary local in a function dictionary to other dictionaries, and they'll all share the same memory address, and they'll all share the same memory, and any modifications you do to one will happen to them all. But this means that if you have a function that's created expressly to create a dictionary, for example, a character's data, and you start with var dictionary equals an empty dictionary, then you can call this function as many times as you want and have it with some random numbers or with some specific programming, have it produce a bunch of random dictionaries and assign them to a nested dictionary, and they'll all be separate dictionaries because you've emptied out that original dictionary. You've made it something new. This also means that you can have a dictionary and say it equals null and clear it out, which means that if you have, for example, a bunch of party members with their own data, and you want to move a party member from one dictionary to another dictionary, such as some kind of computer storage, you would go ahead and copy that dictionary to the computer storage dictionary, and then say that the original dictionary equals null or an empty dictionary. I usually like to use null because it's easy to say if value equals null, because there's a whole thing where you can use the if statement to say if variable, and if there's something in the variable, it'll return true, but that gets a little dicey with dictionaries and other more structured data constructs. But that also means that if you have a dictionary of wild enemy creatures, and for example, you want to capture one and put it in your party, all you do is take the dictionary from the nested dictionaries that points to the wild creature and make one of the dictionaries in your party or in your storage equal that dictionary, the original dictionary, and then make that original dictionary equal null. So you've effectively transferred the memory address to another dictionary, or dictionaries if you want to apply it to several dictionaries for whatever reason, and then nulled or erased the original dictionary's link to that memory address, which means you can effectively transfer dictionaries from one dictionary to another as long as you make the original dictionary equal null or an empty dictionary. For example, this line here in the dict2 equals an empty dictionary will make, let's see, dictionary 1 will make this dictionary down here equal nothing. However, this dictionary down here this dictionary here, well, if I remove this, should equal the same. Well, would equal the same if I'm not emptying this out. So let me show you real quick. Hit F8, close that. Okay, and in the Dictionary 2, Attack 20, Defense 5, Health 99, Level 5, Power 45. It's also the same for Dictionary 1 because both of these dictionaries were applied from a third dictionary. But here, in the 2, for my nested Dictionary 2, Attack equals 20, Defense 5, Health 99, Level 5, Power 45. But the first dictionary in my second nested dictionary, Attack 10, Defense 10, Health 10, Level 10. The same for the second dictionary. Now they don't all three have power, because power is something I added to the third dictionary in my second nested dictionary. And it propagates to my first nested dictionary because I pretty much just said that my second nested dictionary, Dictionary 3, equals the second, equals my nested dictionary, Dictionary 2. And then I changed health to 99 and power to 45, and that propagated to all the dictionaries that share the same memory address. But if I make my first nested dictionary, Dictionary 2, equals empty dictionary, which F8 makes Dictionary 2 down here empty. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that you may or may not be able to see that since the text is so small. But in my second nested dictionary, Dictionary 3, Attack 20, Defense 5, Health 99, Level 5, Power 45. And in my first nested dictionary, Dictionary 1, Attack 20, Defense 5, Health 99, Level 5, Power 45. Because, again, it propagates to all the dictionaries that share the same memory address. But Dictionary 2 no longer shares that memory address because it's empty. And this does not propagate to the other dictionaries. I make it null, hit play, let everything load, hit F8, go all the way down to the bottom because unfortunately this doesn't want to scroll. Dictionary 3 is still Attack 20, Defense 5, Health 99, Level 5, Power 45. But in my first nested dictionary, Dictionary 2 equals null. Now here's something. Let's say Indeed Dictionary 2. Let's see. Mint. Close. String. Fire. I'm no longer nulling it or emptying it out, but I'm adding a new key value pair. Hit play. And my second nested dictionary, Dictionary 3, has Attack 20, Defense 5, Element Fire, Health 99, Level 5, Power 45. My first nested dictionary, Dictionary 1, has the same. Dictionary 2 has the same. Because again, they all point to the same memory address. Because my first nested dictionary, my global data here. I created a temporary dictionary. I gave it level, health, defense, and attack. I created the first two dictionaries and I nulled them out. It doesn't really matter if I had or not. I could have just said nested dictionary, dictionary 1 equals temporary dictionary, and nested dictionary, dictionary 2 equals the temporary dictionary. And I made the temporary dictionary null, just as a precaution. And in global test, I have my second nested dictionary, dictionary 3, equal the second dictionary of my first nested dictionary. So all three of those have the same data, they point to the same data address, and anything I do to one will happen to the others, except if I completely erase it, or let's remove this line that gave us the element of fire, and we'll say Indy dictionary 2 equals 12. Let's just try this, because I know using null or an empty dictionary disconnects it from the memory address. Let's see what happens when I just use a number. Let it run for a second. F8, dictionary 2 equals 12 in my first nested dictionary. But the first dictionary, nested dictionary, this is getting confusing. In my nested dictionary, dictionary 1, attack 20, defense 5, health 99, level 5, power 45. But the second dictionary in that nested dictionary equals 12. And in my second nested dictionary, dictionary 3, attack 20, defense 5, health 99, level 5, power 45. So, especially with nested dictionaries, if you make the entire dictionary equal a completely different value, that means erasing all the key value pairs and just saying that it equals 12. Then it loses its link to the memory address and will no longer modify the others. Now, this should work if you take a completely separate dictionary and assign it to, let's say, Indy dictionary 2. I could say equals Indy. Okay. Now my first nested dictionary. It's always one thing that causes an error with me, and that 4 would have messed things up. Anyway, in my first nested dictionary, dictionary 2 will equal the second nested dictionary, dictionary 2. Or it should. Okay. Run it. F8. Dictionary 2, attack 10, defense 10, health 10, level 10. But it did not modify the first dictionary of my first nested dictionary, nor the third dictionary of my second nested dictionary. So with nested dictionaries, or dictionaries at all, I'm assuming, but especially with nested dictionaries, if you take a nested dictionary and assign it any other value, including another dictionary, it'll lose that pointer to its original memory address and have a new pointer to a new memory address. Now, I'm not entirely sure if, references or copies other variables. It might, but I know with dictionaries, it'll reference it. So if you take Dictionary A and assign it to Dictionary B and Dictionary C. And Dictionary D is a nested dictionary, and you assign it to all 3 dictionaries in there, and you change anything in any of those dictionaries, it'll change for all of them. But then again, if you take any one of those dictionaries and make it equal something totally else, it'll lose that reference instead of making everything else the same as that dictionary you completely overwrote, which is actually really good, because now I know that I can take a party of characters made up of a nested dictionary, swap them around, delete them, add to them, have another party made of enemies, capture enemy characters, make them friendly characters, store them, move them around, without having to worry about some colossal screw-up. And hopefully, those of you who have listened to this will understand the dictionaries in Godot a little bit better. Hopefully this has helped you. Please subscribe and leave a like, and you might even want to check out my Patreon. Thank you.